What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the CFL podcast. Where today, man, we got arguably the biggest interview. Not even arguably, this is the biggest interview on the channel, man. We got the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, the Box Turtle All American, the all MEAC First Team All American, the defending Celebration Bowl champion himself, the fourth round pick to the Los Angeles Rams, Mister Decobie Durant. Hey, Decobie, my boy, thank you so much for being on the channel. How you doing, my boy?
Feeling good, man. Bliss.
Hey, I know that's right. I know that's right. You know, this is a very exciting time in your life right now. I just want to say before we get started, man, I'm very happy for you. You know, I'm very proud of you. I know the whole state of South Carolina, man, we all behind you, and we just happy to see somebody else put the state on the map. We just glad to see it, man. So we all rooting for you. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, okay. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, right? The legend of Lamar. This is what I'm calling this because see, you come from Lamar, South Carolina, which is a very small town in the state. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's longer than 2 miles. And at one time, the population was even under 1,000 people. You feel me? So you come from that, but yet Lamar High School is still able to produce a lot of NFL talent. So I want you to describe to me the mindset of a small town like that, the pride that they have in being able to produce the talent at which they do.
Yeah, well, just coming out of Lamar, man, it's a football town. We got a lot of athletes come out of there. I'm the sixth player from Lamar to get drafted into the NFL. And, Lamar just produces dogs, flat out dogs, man. We got some guys coming up. We actually got another guy that just signed to South Carolina State. His name is Patrick Anderson.
Mm.
Coming to South Carolina State to join Jablonski Green. And, just being from Lamar, man, I mean, it's a small town, but small town guy got big hearts.
And you know, it's interesting that you say that, right? You're the sixth player in Lamar history to get drafted. The one before you being Mr. BJ Goodson back in 2016. At the time, before BJ got drafted, the odds of him getting drafted were 1 in 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
So the odds for you were even that much more big. Like it was that much bigger. So being that your chances of getting to the NFL were 1 in 10+ million, when you hear that, how do you react to hearing news like that, hearing a stat like that?
Just pretty much like, never losing hope. God working mysterious ways. As long as you got God in your corner, I feel like you can achieve anything. I never lost hope. I kept my mind on the prize, and I was a fourth round pick going to the LA Rams, man. So it's real.
And while at Lamar, you played more than one position. You played DB, you played quarterback, kick return. Like you did it all for your Lamar High School team. But specifically when you were at quarterback, I see you rock that number 7, right? You was a bit of a dual threat guy. I see, you had that 4.3 speed all through high school, but clearly you had an arm as well. So I always want to know, did you enjoy playing quarterback more than defensive back?
Nah. I like the defense a lot, Quarterback was fun, just my coach felt like the ball should have been in my hands and the running back hands, so we switched offense. We was a spread offense throughout my whole high school career.
Mm.
We switched to like a pistol triple option, and he was like, "Man, I feel like the ball is better in your hands, and you can get the ball in your hands more when you're at the quarterback position." So led the team to a state championship my senior year of high school. So we bought my head coach his first championship, Corey Fountain.
Oh, so that first of all, that's amazing. So if you had the opportunity to play quarterback in college, you were still going to choose defense regardless. Like quarterback was fun, but it wasn't your.
Yeah, most definitely was going to still chose defense. Yeah, the quarterback days was over after my senior year. It was done for.
All right, so my next question for you, right? Should Lamar retire the number 7? Oh, what happened? I think something happened with his internet. Hold on, we gonna see if he tried to come back in.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. So should Lamar retire the number 7?
Most definitely. Most definitely tied to number 7. Just to be able to go up on the wall with the other ones that got drafted.
Mm.
I think it'll be a big accomplishment. It's something I dreamed of, getting my name, pasted up on the wall along with the other ones. Especially with my brother Michael Hamlin. He got his jersey retired when he got drafted to the Cowboys. So now that my name can go out there, my jersey number can go out there. Uh, it'll be a huge blessing. Yeah, they most definitely got to retire number 7.
Hey, so are you gonna go down there and be like, hey, coach, y'all need to go ahead and retire that? You gonna let them make that decision for themselves?
I think I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna go ahead and call. I think I'm gonna make a little phone call and see if I
Okay.
can play.
All right. So watching you on NFL Network, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about your story by now. But
Yeah.
for those who don't, you worked at FedEx because you had zero offers coming out of high school. You worked at FedEx, man, like coming out of high school while maybe your counterparts got to go to school right away and start living out their dreams. So my question to you is, while you were working at FedEx, was there ever a doubt that your dream would happen?
It was a big time where I'm facing that adversity. Like I don't think I'm gonna be in this position that I'm in today. I was just pretty much like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to college and be able to play football or whatnot. So I just prayed, stayed prayed up, and then when that time came, I came to state. I set out that year. 2018 rolled around. Everything else is history.
So during that time, you was just doing what you had to do because you knew like this wasn't going to be the end of me. Like I know your resiliency was bigger than the average man. So I understand that. Now during that time of your life, if that time of your life could be a chapter, right, in a book, what would the name of that chapter be?
Oh, what would the name of that chapter be? Uh, Never losing hope.
Mm.
Yeah, I say that, never losing hope. Cause I like throughout that time, that process, that big of a situation and facing that adversity, man, I never lost hope. It was just a time where I was down. Like I don't think it's gonna prosper the way I wanted to prosper. But God working mysterious ways, and now I'm here.
Mm. How much pride do you feel being the sixth player in Lamar history to be drafted? How big of a deal is that to you?
Oh, that's a big deal. It's always been a childhood dream. Being able to, you know, perform the way I perform in college, leaving college a All American, Defensive Player of the Year, and now a draft pick, the sixth person from Lamar, South Carolina to get drafted. Man, it means a lot to me. And I feel like I inspired the youth, the guys that grew up with me, the guys that's in high school now, the younger guys that actually got a chance to really see me play.
Mm.
Um, Pretty much, made them see that they can do it too.
And overall, what was the biggest lesson that you've learned during that time when you were out of football and FedEx?
The biggest lesson I learned was uh, probably being humble about the situation. Um, Never really like talk bad about it, and just let things work, let the chips fall where they fall. I was just being humble throughout that whole situation, and working at FedEx pretty much really humbled me because I was just like, I don't want to be a waste of talent, and I'm working here at FedEx. I got too much skill to be working at FedEx and not on the football field.
Right.
That was a humbling time for me.
So let's talk about you getting to South Carolina State, right? You get to South Carolina State and you join the football team
Yeah,
and you redshirted your first year, correct?
yeah, they pretty much had me like a gray shirt, so I sat out that whole year, and then I was basically like a preferred walk on.
Mm. So during that time, were you happy with being in pads, or were you disappointed with sitting out a year because you knew you could contribute right away?
Oh nah, I actually used that time to really grind for real. Like out there on going to the field, having my homeboys that was with me going to the field with me, and just staying the course. Not no slacking. Perfecting my craft. So when that time came, 2018 rolled around, I'd be ready.
Decobie, what's something about being a South Carolina State football player that no other HBCU can provide?
Uh, I'll say we built from the ground up. A lot of people, they get a lot of big recruits coming in. A lot of transfers. We really don't get that over here. We ain't really got no guys that really got no stars or nothing attached to their names, and we really like underdogs. So we go by the motto, "Dog gotta be in you, not on you." So we live by that, and we stand 10 toes on that. And I mean, we proved that in the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah, most definitely. We gonna get to that too, but you get to South Carolina State. Your redshirt year is up. Now you backing pads. You're fully eligible. What was your welcome to college football moment? I mean, because we all had one as an athlete. We all had an embarrassing moment, whether it was a practice, in a game, in the film room. What was your welcome to college football moment?
Welcome to college football was 2018 against UCF. I was guarding Gabriel. He currently plays for the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
They threw a fade ball on me and he caught it, and I was like, "Yo, like, there's no way to do this." They do this now. They do the little top.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way I just got this, on TV, on national television, bro. But I mean, after that, I was straight.
Okay. All right. So when it came up in film, like, were you cringing a little bit? Like, oh man, it's gonna come up.
Yeah, I was. And can we skip this play, man? I don't want to see this. We ain't got time to be looking at this right here.
So, being the dog that you are, I want to know, how long did it take you to really establish yourself as a player, as that guy at South Carolina State?
Oh man, it probably took. I mean, when I first came in, man, I worked my way up the roster pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Just carrying that chip, I had that mentality coming in. Like somebody's spot got to get taken.
Mm-hmm.
Between them white lines, man, ain't nobody get framed. Especially me, I was coming in as first walk on. Don't nobody know nothing about me except that was from my area, like the PD area. So it's just like, I came in, I was like, I had that mindset like somebody's spot get taken. There's no way I'm gonna sit on the bench, like regardless of the situation. Like I'm gonna be doing something. So, I carried that chip, and then throughout the 2018 season, I'll probably say it took a year, because that first year was like everything was real fast for me, especially I was out for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So just coming in and really just having that time to like, I probably say, yeah, it took a good season. And then 2019 rolled around, I ain't got a touchdown scored on me in 2019.
Mm. Now that's a big flex for sure. So listen, throughout your whole collegiate career at South Carolina State, who was the best receiver that you faced?
The best receiver that I faced, man, hands down, Shaq Davis.
Mm.
My teammate, bro.
I like that. I like that. Why Shaq?
I gotta go with Shaq because Shaq made my game easier. Like when I got into the game, everything was easier. Shaq a big guy. He like 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", whatever. He tall. I'm gonna just say that he fast. So he running in like the low 4.4s, high 4.3s. I mean, that's uncoachable. And he a little bit. I'm gonna say a little bit. He can't really make no plays on me like that. I'm gonna talk a little trash. he definitely made my game easier. But overall though, realistically, and just giving everybody their props, I'll probably say FAMU receiving core. FAMU receiving core and Alabama A&M.
Those are good picks.
Gotta go with the whole core because those guys is that's a unit.
Yeah.
Both teams at that.
And to get back to Shaq real quick, right? It's a rumor that he can dunk, but he can't shoot when they come to playing ball. Is that? Can you confirm that? Can you confirm or deny that?
Man, Shaq is a freakish athlete. That's all I'm saying. And freakish athlete.
I got you. All right, so there was an interview that you did during your time at the East West Shrine Bowl, where you said it was a joke that you had with the guys, where you said, "I'm a PM and I ain't talking about bedtime." I need to know what that joke means. Describe that.
Like, so it started off in practice. I'm just making plays. Breaking on the ball, and it just came to my mind. I was messing with the coaches. Actually, the D line coach named Coach Bench. I told him, I was like, "Hey, coach, I'm a PM and I ain't talking about bedtime." He was like, "Playmaker." That's how that came about. I just made a joke about that.
And that's something that stuck on. Like, so every time you make a play, you say that now. Like,
nah, I don't really say it like that. That's just something I talk a little trash if I do something in practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the Clemson game, because I really want to get deep into this, right? Because I don't know if you heard Les Snead's comments, the Ram general manager, but he said to Bleacher Report that it was him watching that game and he saw number 14 blowing up the bubble screens. He saw number 14 with the 2 picks on DJ Uyunglele, who will most likely go in the first 2 rounds whenever he goes into the NFL draft. He saw that and he said, after that, like, that's what really puts you on their radar. So did that game, when you saw Clemson on the schedule, is that something you knew you had to prepare differently for because of the possibilities of what could come if you were to ball out?
Yeah, most definitely. I knew coming into that game, that was a game to like open doors for me. I knew all the NFL teams was gonna be there, and it was just pretty much a time for me to showcase my skill against Power 5 talent. And they always say it's always critics saying that lower level guys can't play in the NFL because they don't see elite talent every Saturday. But right there, I proved it. Playing against Clemson.
And I'm not sure how much Death Valley holds as far as fan goes, but what was it like playing in front of thousands of screaming people? Yeah. What was that environment like when you were playing that game?
Oh, the environment was crazy. I mean, I've been there plenty of times. My brother used to play. He played at Clemson back in 05 to 09 or something like that. Just being in Death Valley, and I've been there. When the Packers game. I think it holds like 88,000 or something like that. But I don't think it was that many people there when we played. But that atmosphere was just great. I felt like all the fans. I kept in mind that like all the fans wasn't there for Clemson. They was there for me. And I pretty much told my teammates, we know that Clemson, we weren't gonna beat Clemson. Yeah. I mean, come on, we weren't gonna beat Clemson. I mean, but I told them, I was like, man, it's no iron team, but right now it's an iron team. Man, play for themselves. Like, do what you got to do to build yourself. To put yourself on the radar.
Now, you make the first pick.
Yeah.
You go to the sideline. What's going through your head after that?
I caught the first pick. I was like, uh-oh. I feel like I'm going to get another. I kept saying, I'm going to get another. I'm going to get another. I got to get 2 picks. And it's crazy because me and my brother was talking, and he was like, man, you get 2 picks. You kind of, you know what I'm saying? You make a name for yourself for real. Mm. And, the second pick came. Actually, I was out on the drive. I was supposed to be out on that drive. My coach was like, you done. But then I was like, coach, on film, they like to take a shot deep when they, they backed up against the wall and whatnot. So then it was like, all right. He called me light skin. He was like, all right, light skin, go back. So I went back in there, and man, they tried it deep, caught another one. And after that, he was like, man, you sit out. You done for the day.
And now that's the crazy thing, because your second pick was the diving one, right? That was the diving catch. When you made that pick, did the crowd go quiet after that? Like,
nah, they was like, I think they was screaming, like, because the people on the sideline, like all the coaches on the sideline was clapping, like and they was pointing at me and stuff. And then like after the game, like they showed mad love, like they had mad respect for me. Even like the players, coaches, everybody. Dabo Sweeney, everybody was showing love. So I appreciate Clemson for coming on the schedule for real.
And leaving that game, did you think in the back of your head like I know I put myself on the map after this?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I knew it. Especially after Dabo Sweeney, said something about me in the press conference.
Mm.
He was like that number 14. He's a player of the year kind of guy. He's decisive and make plays. But him saying that, I already knew. After that, I was like, yeah, he done this right here done opened up some doors for me for real.
And knowing what that game did for you, there are still people who feel like, especially when it comes to HBCUs, like for instance, Coach Prime, he feels like I don't want to schedule a Power Five because it brings down the morale of the team and there's no benefits out of it. But clearly that's not the case because we seen Darius Leonard after the Clemson game. He became a second round pick off of that. You got your name, off of that game. So where do you fall on that spectrum? Do you think it's necessary or is it unnecessary for FCS schools to be playing Power Fives?
I feel like it's necessary. Like I said, it pretty much give you a chance to showcase your skills against Power Five talent. And that's what the NFL. I'm gonna tell you, like the NFL, whenever they come, like coaches come and they sit you down in the rooms or whatnot. You basically doing an interview, like you getting on the board and stuff. The first thing they gonna want to see is your film against a Power Five school.
Mm.
They ain't gonna want to see nothing else. They want to see that Power Five school, and then they gonna pull up all your bad plays.
Mm.
I feel like it's for Power Five schools to be on the FCS schedule at least once or twice.
Got you. Now, the Celebration Bowl, right? So fast forward to the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
I have a lot to ask you about this because I had Jablonski on, I had Shaq on, and I had Corey on, and I
Yeah.
want to know all of your opinions are different when I ask this. So I gotta ask you. Clearly, there was a lot of disrespect before the game. But regardless of that, Jackson State had a lot of celebrities on their side. Like you saw Jamie Foxx, you saw you saw Jeezy. You feel me? And nobody came to talk to y'all. Nobody came to talk to South Carolina State. Did that bother you at all? That nobody came to talk to y'all?
Nah, it didn't really bother me at all. Honestly, I didn't know Young Jeezy was there until they showed him on the jumbotron. So
Mm.
I didn't really. I mean, it didn't bother me at all. I was turned that he was there though, cause it's like Jeezy on the sideline, and I seen Wallow and Gilliam on the sideline.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, they bringing the hype for real. So then they just put us in a state of mind, like, yeah, it's time to go to work for real now.
And would you say all of the talk, so to speak, really put you guys in a I'm gonna prepare for it. Like, did you guys prepare for that game differently because of the bulletin board material that was given to y'all and what was being said?
Oh yeah, pretty much, man. There was a lot of animosity. Like when we got in Atlanta, a lot of like a lot of people in the mall. Like we had time to go to the mall or whatnot. We in the mall. They didn't even know who South Carolina State was. So we like what? Like we playing against Jackson State. It was like, oh yeah, y'all about to get beat. Yeah, so it was like a lot of disrespect. And then we had a little banquet or whatnot. And we coming in all casual. Dion and Jackson State, they come in, they turn, they talking trash, they point fingers. Just being Jackson State.
Yeah, because the coach is Prime. They gonna take on that personality, right?
Prime, man.
Mm.
All respect to Coach Prime. But at that moment it was just like, all right, now, like they got all the hype. It's a lot of animosity going on. They already think this is gonna be a cakewalk. And, they called me and Shadur up for a mic drop or whatnot.
Mm.
Talk or whatnot. And I told the lady, I was like, I'll be the first to, do the mic drop. And I was like, the dog gotta be in you, not on you. And I just walked off the stage. And like he said whatever he was gonna say. I ain't care too much. Cause at that time we was all hot about what they had going on.
Mm. And the game starts, right, and it is an electric atmosphere. We can see right away that both sides, but really South Carolina State, y'all are hitting, and like y'all are hitting with a purpose. So that tells me that y'all couldn't wait to unleash that tension that y'all had. But the first touchdown of the game, you were on Keith Corbin, and
Yeah,
it resulted in a touchdown, and not necessarily because you were beat. It just because, like, I think you said you were in a bad position, and
yeah.
even
I
I
put my
noticed that.
yeah, I put myself in a bad position. It was just what I saw on film. They did something different.
Mm,
So pretty much playing. They like to run the back shoulder fade in the slot with Keith. So I was like, they finna try it. They, what I'm saying, they trying to top me or whatnot. So I'm like, all right, here you go, back shoulder fade. I refuse to give up a back shoulder fade on TV. You know what I'm saying? We playing in Celebration Bowl. So my thing was, they do a quick out real quick. I just, come down and tackle. I mean, which I did. He just had a chance to reach the ball over the goal line. But after that, it was just pretty much, I was like, settled in after that. I told the boys, man, relax, man. It's gonna be all right. Shoot, put it behind us. We came out with 31-10, 31-10, something like that.
yeah, 31-10 exactly. And after that first touchdown, it was you felt no kind of way, right? Like y'all felt like
Yeah,
we're still in control of this. Like it's only one score.
yeah. I mean, when they scored, the stadium was rocking for sure. Man, I ain't gonna lie, the stadium was rocking, but we came out, man, hit him in the mouth.
And there was a momentum play that you had where you just came off the blitz and literally rocked Shador in that sack. And I can't help but notice, like, it was it a little something? Was it a little something extra that you put in that hit because of what he said at the mic drop? Were you just excited to get that sack?
That was by far my favorite play of my career. So, actually, I really wasn't supposed to blitz.
Mm,
I'm gonna tell you how it went. Me and my boy Jay Bar, he played safety. So we ran the play the first play of the game, and I blitzed,
mm,
and then I got like a little tackle in the backfield and whatnot. So then coach is like, when we got to the sideline, it was a 3-and-out. We got to the sideline. Coach is like, hey, now just let you play ball and then let Bar go, let Bar blitz. So I was like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So
mm.
he gives the call, and I'm looking at Bar looking at me. I was like, ain't no way I'm finna let him go right here. No way I'm finna let him go right here. So then, I gave him the signal that I was gonna go. He was,
Mm.
oh man, in the middle of them breaking the huddle and whatnot. So then, I went, and then I seen the running back stepped up. When the running back stepped up, I knew it was over with.
Mm. And that game, man, I think that game alone really showed how versatile you are, like on national television. Because one play you're on Keith Corbin, the next play I see you on Malachi Wideman, denying him from catching something. It's like you are all over the field, not afraid to guard anybody, and you really held your own and had a great performance, man. What does that say about the development of South Carolina State, or the part that they played in your development? It's just your versatility overall.
Just them pretty much trusting me to be able to, shut down one side of the field. Pretty much like sometimes in cover three, man, I just play straight man to man. If it's one receiver over there, they just allow me to, do that. And I built that trust over the years. And just picking up after that 2019 season, not giving up a touchdown, and rolling over in that spring season because we didn't play 2020 season. So it just pretty much putting in a lot of hard work. And then I gotta like give it like huge shout out to OD out in Atlanta. He's my DB specialist trainer. So he pretty much elevated my game to a whole different level. He trained the best of the best. And we always argue about like when we throw a post up, we train different because we do. Um, OD push us, he gonna critique the little things, and the little things what count when you playing the corner position.
Now, what, in your opinion, what was the play that game that you said, "Oh, it's over with. They're not coming back from this"?
Um, I'll probably say when when our running back broke loose, I want to say he broke loose on like a third down. It was like third and like 12 or something like that.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, this game over with now. So by that time, I was already lit. I was like, yeah, we Celebration Bowl champions, man. I did it. You know what I'm saying? We leaving Atlanta with the ring. Now all the hype is gone off of them. Now it's all on this.
And that's right. You win that game. We see you later, moments later in the locker room with the cigar and you posing with the trophy. And, that's a classic picture now. That's a
Yeah.
classic picture now. But at that point, what was going through your head? Like, your college career came to an end at the highest height. Like, what was going through your head?
I was just pretty much dating back. Like, man, I was a champion my senior year of high school. And I'm a champion, my senior year of college. So it was just like, man, I I did it. Like, I got my rings from high school. I'm getting a ring from college now. So now it was just like a moment of time where I was like, I'm blessed to be in this position. And I couldn't have did it without that D line we got. Jabbar cause a habit.
Right.
Them boys making plays that you would see on Madden. Like they tackling in the backfield and ripping the ball at the same time. Little crazy stuff, and it's like I'm down there with them, and I'm nowhere near the ball. They just make my game easier. Pretty much on the outside when I'm on the island, receiver ain't gonna pretty much catch the ball like that. Them boys are all in their face.
And I see everybody got the Celebration Bowl ring. You got yours too, right?
Yeah, I got mine. Mine's at the crib.
So do you even like wear it at all? You just gonna keep it up and look at it, or like what you gonna do with it?
It's sitting in the box at the crib up under the TV and my other trophies. I don't wear it.
And it's crazy to think that you can really you have a ring at every level, high school, college, and y'all are defending Super Bowl champions. So man, this is gonna be crazy for you to just collect all of them like Thanos. I hope that happens for you.
I hope we run it. Yeah, most definitely. I hope we run it back. I'm a LA Ram now. It still hasn't pretty much kind of like it hit me a little bit last night. I was just sitting by myself, man, just thinking about it. But then I think it's really gonna hit me when I get out there in LA and I actually like see the facility and stuff. You know, I hope they give me number 14, man. I really do, so I can keep this 1-4 going, man.
See, I was gonna ask you that later. I was like, you gonna try for that number 14? They gonna get that to you? What's gonna be the deal with that?
Hope so, man. I hope so. I really want that 1-4, man. I want that 1-4. I think that's gonna be so big in LA. Seeing that 1-4.
And so after all of that, after all the hype, the hype of winning the Celebration Bowl and everything died down, everything's back to normal now. I want to know what's the biggest contributing factor to South Carolina State as a program producing as much NFL talent as they do, as consistently as they do, because y'all don't have the facilities of a Clemson or everything like that, but y'all will put out players consistently, just as consistently as a lot of FBS schools. So what's the biggest contributing factor to that?
Just pretty much coming in, man. We know we ain't got the best facilities. We ain't really got a lot of resources that like the Power 5 levels, man. But we produce dogs, and it starts off like in the classroom, man. Like guys, like we treat the classroom like we do the field. So when we go to class, it starts there, and then pretty much everything translates. We got the dog mentality, and those guys gonna run it back this year. They can go to the Celebration Bowl again for sure.
Hey, I called them to do so. If they do, are you gonna be back to that game?
I mean, I don't know how the NFL schedule gonna be. I don't know. I'm on a different type of schedule now.
Yeah, I do understand that. Yeah, y'all gonna be in the playoffs for sure too. So we don't know.
I'm with a playoff contender team now, so it's probably running like what? It's like 21 games or something like that.
Something like that, yeah, something crazy.
I don't know how it's gonna be, but if I do get a chance, and they in the Celebration Bowl, and my schedule's open, I'm definitely gonna be there.
In your opinion, who's next to carry on that torch to the NFL from South Carolina State?
Oh man, the whole senior class that's coming up.
Oh, word.
Man, those guys, man, listen. Jablonski, you got Jalen Evans, you got Jalen Barr, you got Dwayne Nichols, you got BJ Davis,
Mhm.
Shaq Davis, uh, Corey Fields even got a shot, man. I feel like, we just quarterback from Alcorn. He's a small. Him and Corey like the same height. He's small.
Yeah.
He got a little mini. I think we went undrafted a mini camp invite to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Felix Harper to the Browns.
So I feel like State finna be on the map. They really about to put some players on the map for real.
And I didn't get a chance to ask you this during the season, and maybe this doesn't apply now because you're no longer at South Carolina State. But what's your why?
My wife's my little sister. She an energy kid to me, man. I feel like I got to do a lot for her. Well, I really don't, cause my mom won't handle everything. And it's just like the day she was born, man, it's just pretty much I had it set in stone. I was like, that's my wife. Like I treat her like my little daughter. But it's just pretty much, man. I write her names on my gloves, my sleeves, pretty much. And then like when I'm leaving out the like locker room or something, going onto the field, over everybody, I can hear her. Like my family, they sit right behind the field goal post. So like I can hear her screaming, Kobe, Kobe. So, you know, I mean, that's my wife.
Okay, all right. And what's the biggest lesson that you've learned from Coach Pugh during your time at South Carolina State?
The biggest lesson I learned, uh, the biggest lesson I learned from Coach Pugh, man, is just staying out of trouble. Don't put myself in bad situations. Um, because I built the name for myself here at South Carolina State, and I can't afford to go down that road of losing my career.
Man, that's a great thing. So I want to talk about the NFL Combine, right? We get the news that South Carolina State's very own is going to be there. We see you on TV. You running a 40. You run like a 4.38, if I'm not mistaken. Do you said a little something to the camera, man? What was that experience like being in Lucas Oil Stadium with the best talent in college football, you included, because they consider you one of the best talents in college football? What was that whole experience like?
That was a great experience. I mean, the stuff we did before was kind of stressful. It was a lot of hurry up and wait, a lot of hurry up and wait. But then, combine day approach, and I pretty much came in had a mentality that I was the best cornerback in the combine. Um, yeah, I know I had Sauce Gardner, Derek Stingley out there, but I felt like I was the best cornerback, and I felt like I proved it. Just on my performance.
And during, I think it was one of the drills, one of the DB drills that you were doing, I
Yep.
heard one of the analysts say, when you as you were doing your rep, like, it was beautiful because you had no wasted motion, like
Yeah.
no wasted motion at all. And I think that really speaks to your game as a DB as a whole. Like, when you're covering, there's literally no wasted motion with you. It's like your instincts are always intact, your reflexes are always intact. What who is most responsible for that? How are you able to cover as well as you do with little to no wasted motion?
Shoot, it started early on in my career from Rick, man, watching my brothers play. They play, and two of them play here at South Carolina State, and one play at Clemson. They really my cousins though, but we built a bond, and they took me in as a little brother. So just learning from them, man, and I felt like it translated a whole lot. I didn't want to be like nobody else, but that's why I said I wanted to be a defensive back. So whether it was safety or playing corner, it didn't matter. But it's just God given talent for real. And then just polishing it up with OD. Like I said before, OD, man, it's crazy like the things he can teach you and elevate your game. And man, he changing lives out there in Atlanta. High school kids coming out there, man, they leaving with offers, man. Once he posts his video,
Mm.
once he posts it, it's up. Like college coaches, college coaches hitting him up.
And now I want you to take me through draft day for you. You get the call, and you on the phone, you hear Sean McVay, the head coach, Les Snead, the general manager. Man, take me through that moment. What all happened? How did that come about? I want to know it all.
Pretty much, man. Day 2 of the draft, it's 3rd and 4th round. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. So day 3 came, 4th through 7th. I was pretty much looking at everybody's names going. I'm stressing. At this point, I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on right now.
Mm.
End of the fourth, end of the 4th round, they give a call. They actually called and it was like one of those calls where somebody didn't mean to call. Like they called and hung up real fast. And I
Mm.
looked at the location. It was like California. And I'm looking at the TV and I'm looking at my manager. I'm like, bro, it gotta be the Rams. It gotta be the Rams. He was like, call him back. Like so, as soon as I was about to call back, they called. Uh, Snead was on the phone. I was pretty much shocked. I didn't know what to say. You can see it in the video that they post. I was really just saying yes sir, yes sir, sir, because I was like, man, like I'm finna be a Ram for real. So
Mm.
they said what they said. They passed the phone through. GM passed the phone to the head coach, to the defensive coordinator, and then we got off the phone and whatnot. And I was just pretty much like at a shock, like man, I'm in the NFL now. But at that moment, my name went across the screen. It was just like it's time to go to work.
And because you said you report to the Rams facility next week, right?
Yeah.
Next week, man. You've been in South Carolina your whole life, and now you're going way across the country to Los Angeles, man. What's the first thing you gonna do when you get there? Like you get downtown?
Uh, Study my playbook. I'm trying to be a starter, man.
Mm.
I'm trying to come in and make an impact like Jalen Ramsey did.
Mm.
So that's my main thing right there. I'm trying to be somebody that can contribute on that defense from day one.
And I think I remember you saying Jalen Ramsey actually followed you back on Instagram.
I
Um,
did,
so I know you gonna be up under his shoulder. Like I already know you gonna be all up under him when it's time to when y'all get on the field together.
he's an all-pro cornerback, man. I want to be an all-pro cornerback too.
Mm.
Got a Super Bowl ring. Hopefully we can run it back.
Now you had a pro comparison. I think it was Jair Alexander. What's your opinion on that?
I love it. I like it. I like that. Jair, he's a raw. Yeah, he raw. He raw out there in the corner. But I've modified my game. He don't even play cornerback. I always say it though. It's Tyrann Matthew.
Mm.
That's my favorite player since I see him play at St. Augustine on YouTube. I was in like a computer lab class, and I was just scrolling on YouTube, and I seen him playing. He was making plays, and he went to LSU, and he had 14 his freshman year at LSU. A lot of people that don't really know Tyrann Matthew, he had 14. He was a baller. So that's he really was the reason I had 7 in high
Mm.
school.
And here I am thinking it was big because you was at quarterback too. Okay, now that's good to know.
Yeah,
And okay, all right. So when you get your first check, because you get into that bag now, my boy, in the NFL.
yeah.
When you get your first check, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but what's the first thing you gonna splurge on?
I want me a track hawk. That's it.
A
I want,
track out?
I want me a track hawk, man.
Nah, I like it. I love it. All right, so with the track out, all right. And my last question for you, and I'm gonna let you go because I don't wanna hold you up too much longer. But after looking back on your journey, what's your biggest takeaway, man?
Biggest takeaway bound is a hell of a career, man. For real. My back was against the wall. Faced a little bit of adversity, and man, I stayed the course. I ain't never gave up. Coming into this league, I'm gonna say a lot of people saying that I'm undersized. You know, um, it all gonna speak for itself when they see me on Sunday.
Mm.
So I just want them, everybody across the world to stay tuned, see what I'm about to do.
Man, Decobie, this has been an awesome experience. This has been an awesome interview, the biggest interview on this channel to date so far. So I definitely appreciate you stopping by to do this because I know you're going to do great things in the league. Is there anybody that you want to shout out? Any business? Anything? Now's your time to do so.
Shout out to South Carolina State. Shout out to my family back home in Lamar, South Carolina. Shout out to my management, first round management, because them boys work in that area over there in Miami, man, that facility over there. And I want to give a shout out to OD. Shout out to my boys I played with this past season. Shout out to my trainer in Tampa, Florida, Yo Murphy, for helping me run a 4.38 and open up doors for me.
Hey, and last comment.
Yo,
I'm gonna get your jersey. I'm gonna need you to sign that. I don't know when you're gonna be back in South Carolina, but I'm gonna need you to sign that if I see you at a South Carolina State game. I hope you know.
most definitely, I will sign that for you. Even if you got to send it to me and I'll ship it back to you.
Most definitely. I'm gonna frame that. I'm gonna definitely frame that. So hey, this has been a complete honor and a complete pleasure. Thank you so much again for stopping by, man. I cannot wait to tune into NFL Network, and I'm gonna subscribe to all the Rams pages and everything because I can't wait to see the first footage of you at the facility and on the practice field and everything like that. And we definitely gonna keep everybody covered on how well you're doing with them over here on this side, man. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
All right, man. You be easy.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. All right, y'all. So there y'all have it. That is Decobie Durant, right? Lamar High School legend, Lamar South Carolina legend, Orangeburg legend at South Carolina State, man. Just being from South Carolina, you love to see that, man. He's the next person to put the state on the map. And we are rooting for him. The whole state behind him, the whole HBCU community is behind him. I'm happy. I'm very on. I really am happy that he was able to be on this podcast because, I really do feel like he's going to be big in the league, right? I really do. And I actually made a video on why I think he'll be successful in the NFL. So y'all should definitely go check that out. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what he does. And this was just an overall great experience. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I asked y'all and y'all delivered. Good lawyer. I did see you donate $20. Thank you so much. I was so into the interview that I didn't really get a chance to even look at comments like how I normally do. So, thank you so much for donating, my man. Don't ever think that I don't see it or that I don't want to acknowledge that. It is always much appreciated. But yeah, there you have it. That was Decobie, man. My boy gonna be in LA next week. That's dope. That is so dope. Now as for the channel, I don't know. I guess we'll get back to the Shine on Me X series, for sure. I guess we'll get back to that. And we're still focusing on South Carolina State right now. Episode 1 with Delaware State is already up. Shout out to my boy Raw Truth Media. That's my dog right there, DJ. Shout out to DJ. Man, his content has been on fire lately. Absolutely on fire. Every topic he's talked about is spot on. And I'm a little bit behind. I do need to go catch up after this too. But every video he makes, absolute fire. So please go check that out. But yeah, the Shine on Me X series, we're gonna get to that. We focusing on South Carolina State right now. As I've been trying to warn y'all, man, they got 2 receivers. Okay, one to go along with Shaq Davis, right? He goes by the name of Rakeem White. He's 6'4", Shaq Davis is 6'5". You look in that slide, Justin Smith Brown. He's a route technician. I'm trying to get both of them on for a dual interview for the second episode of the Shine on Me Act. The only thing is, Rakeem is still moving out of his dorm. They on break right now, so he's moving out of his dorm. When they get a time going, we'll get that set up, and I'll announce that date and everything like that. She loves Steve. Get Warren Newman there. I will. I honestly, that's a great idea. I will try to reach out to Warren Newman and get him on because I'm so happy for Warren Newman getting his shot at the Ethnic Canadian Football League. I'm so happy for him. So I'm gonna definitely reach out. That was a good suggestion, Simona. I'm glad he said Honey Badger. They have a similar building skill set. That they do. They definitely do. Shout out my boy Blue Bloods. Y'all know Blue. Blue is looking like a whole Adam Schefter out here on Twitter. Like, I listen, Blue gets news so fast. Blue get news so fast, bro. I don't even know. I don't know how he doing it. But if you follow Blue on Twitter, you know that man he coming out with the news too fast. Matter of fact, forget Adam Schefter, bro. He like woes right now on Twitter. Like, how Blue? How are you doing this, dog? Like, how I do mean to ask you that. How are you doing this? You getting it so fast. You getting news so fast, dog. I don't know how you do it. The CFL merch is coming. It is coming. I'm gonna make them in different colors and everything like that. This one was just like a prototype. Like, I just want to see how it would look. And if it would be something that people would rock. So this is why I only ordered one for me and one for my girl. But yeah, it's coming for sure. Now that I know that y'all really rock with it. ain't no link yet. Ain't no link yet. I want to get all your thoughts on the undrafted free agents on all the HBCU. I'm gonna need a list. I'm gonna need a whole list. The reality of the situation is we are all happy that all of these guys have got an opportunity to make a roster in the NFL. But however, and this is just the unfortunate side of the business, not every one of them is going to make the roster. And we have to know this, keeping it like everybody in HBCU signed with the team, whether that's SWAC or MEAC, everybody ain't gonna make the roster. But I do think a lot of them can end up in the Canadian Football League like Warren. They can end up in the USFL, right? Like, there's other options now, and that's a great thing. But I'm interested to see who's going to make the roster, and we'll go from there. As for the ones who did get drafted, right? Joshua Williams for Fayetteville State. Oh my God, is that boy just very talented, right? I mean, you talk about the wingspan and the size. That's number one. That's what the pro scouts drool over. But it's the recovery speed. It's the athleticism. It's the way he uses that wingspan while he's in coverage, right? The way he whips his head around in coverage. That's what I love to see it from Joshua Williams. Watching him go up against some of the top competition during the Senior Bowl week, I thought to myself, like, it's crazy how he went underlooked, but it's also crazy how good he's been developed by Fayetteville State. So there's that. James Houston, obviously, we're proud of him. He goes. The reason why he's 6th round, a lot of y'all felt like he should have went out here. He's 6th round because he's 6 foot tall. He's 6 foot tall. And a lot of college scouts, NFL scouts, they look at that and they say, like, he's 6 foot. What we gonna do with that? He's a bit of a tweener. So yes, he's good enough to get drafted, of course, but he's going to have to prove that him being 6 feet is not going to hinder him from being able to do what he did at Jackson State. That's why he really went so low, in my opinion. Can't give up my sources, bro, but I appreciate you. Nah, but Blue really be on it, man. Like, y'all don't understand. CFL is dropping some camo gear for the outdoor street. All right, because see, a lot of y'all be saying stuff about the outdoor. A lot of y'all be saying stuff about the outdoor. I live in the country. Okay, I need y'all to understand it. If you look at a picture of the state of South Carolina, I am at the very bottom. Okay, it ain't nothing there. It ain't nothing there. All we got is trees, telephone pole. Y'all wonder why people still got house phones down here? It's the country. Like, older people down here still use house phones. Like, I don't like it. Y'all, y'all live in the city. Like, most of y'all anyway. Y'all live in more rural areas. So, like, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know how it is down here. But we love this country life. I love these trees. All right, because the air out here is immaculate. Immaculate. Can you say the same? Where you at? Doubt it. Right? You know, we love the trees down here now. Chris Neal, all these JSU fans. Well, Doug, thank you so much for being the only Southern fan. I really do appreciate you. I should also say congratulations are in order because it looks like y'all will be getting baby Aaron Donald and Jason Dumas. Because I mean, let's be real. Unless a Power Five is calling, where else is he going? Like it's pretty obvious he's going to reunite with Dooley. So I think y'all gonna be even more scarier with Jason. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. But isn't Durant undersized? It's different okay, so here's the thing, right? It's different being undersized at corner and being undersized at the defensive line position because James Houston is an edge rusher. The average size of an edge rusher is not 6 feet. I can guarantee you that. Most offensive linemen anyway, you're looking at 6'6" and above with wingspans longer than Kawhi Leonard, like with hands bigger than Kawhi Leonard. So listen, you got those freaks of nature versus a 6 foot, 200 something pound edge rusher. It's just the matchup ain't really that. Like I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like it makes it almost too easy for the tackle to block somebody like that unless the speed or whatever it is that rusher has is just undeniable. Because make no mistake about it, right? Pass rushers do come in all shapes and sizes. That's true. Not all of them are going to be 6'6", 240. But the thing with the smaller pass rushers is what makes them special is that they have something that contributes to them get to the quarterback as fast as they do, right? Some have speed, some have tremendous power. When you look at James Houston, his speed is not dynamic. Okay, neither is his strength. He has decent speed, he has good strength, but nothing really sticks out in the skill set for him to, go higher than what he did at 6 feet, 200 something pounds. That's no knock against him. It just is what it is. There's something that's really sets small pass rushers apart that allows them to be successful. And they need to see that from James Houston before, they were going to be able to even take him as higher than what they did. Sorry, what's our country population? I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. It's not big. Know that. It's not big, but we do live in the country. Well, I live in the country. We got Dumas. It's a lot y'all don't know. Chris, everybody holding secrets at this point when it comes to recruiting, not just Jackson State. I mean, I've been told so much about who Jackson State got coming in. And I just got to sit here and wait with pre-recorded videos. I can only imagine who y'all have. I can only imagine who y'all hiding. I can only imagine who FAMU hiding because I hate how sneaky they are. We need the CFL phone book. Blue, shut up, bro. All right, y'all out here trolling. Y'all out here trolling. I don't got time. Landers going to FBS, but he may get swallowed up. I did want to talk about that, right? I did really want to have that topic. Isaiah Land in the transfer portal, he's got a bunch of Power 5 offers already. Is the grass always greener on the other side, right? Because we look at these prospects like Quinterio Cole last year who left Alcorn. I think his name is Sean Steele, the cornerback for UAPB. He left to go to the FBS level at South Alabama, whatever that school's name is. Dalen Baldwin went to Michigan and didn't really produce like how, I guess they expected they would, or didn't really get the playing time they expected they would. Is it always a good thing to go to the Power 5 level? Looking at the recent history, I hope it works out for him. If he's able to, if he's going to go Power 5, if he chooses to leave and not stay, I really does hope it work out for him. I hope whatever school he chooses, he knows what he's going to get into as far as playing time goes, because I would hate to see his play go down, his playing time go down. But he's on in an elite school. He's at an elite school like a Florida State or something, like a school with a name, but he's not really getting much playing time. I hope that's not the case for him because he is a very talented individual. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But what history is telling us from last year, it hasn't been the best move. Dalen didn't get a lot of playing time. And I guarantee you, I really do feel like had Dalen stayed at Jackson State, right, as unstoppable as he was, man, listen, I'm not saying he get drafted. I'm not saying he gets drafted, but my God, I just felt like he would have had a better chance of doing so had he stayed at Jackson State. That's just my opinion. Stubblefield was an All-American in the Big 12. He was just too small to be in. Reggie made a great decision. What y'all talking about here? Oh, Parrish. I don't know who Stubblefield is. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know. The work vest. Yeah, y'all be seeing the work vest. Y'all be seeing the work vest. My job cracking down now, so y'all might not get them videos until like a lunch break or when I'm home. You feel me? But yeah, y'all be seeing the work vest. And don't get me wrong, when I'm on break, I be wanting to take the work vest off because y'all don't need to see that. But it be hot. Like I'm not. It's like either y'all gonna get this video and y'all just gonna have to put up with that vest for like 7 minutes, or you just gonna have to wait. Either one of them. Like I'm not doing all that. I wasn't gonna do all that. Y'all see my girl in here. She's lying. She is lying. The population is not 20K. The population is not 20. Do not believe her. I think Baldwin got signed, but can't remember what team it was. Yeah, I can't remember what team Baldwin went to as well. My boy Rod True said Baldwin would have averaged 1,000 yards if he stayed in the SWAC. At the end of the day, he made the decision that was best for him. Like I do think Baldwin would have been that guy. Like Keith Corbin became the new safety net for Shador, but Baldwin was always there. Like he was literally a receiver where you could just throw it up in the vicinity and he was going to come down with it. The man was really a force. I think he just kept rolling the dice, and when he rolled it for the last time, it just didn't go in his favor. And maybe it was the school that he went to. Maybe it wasn't even him leaving to go to the FBS, right? He had an offer from Ohio State, he had an offer from Michigan, but there were Group of 5 schools like Akron who wanted him, and a few other FBS schools as well. So maybe he would have got the job done there, but I just don't. I know he wanted to get closer to home and play closer to home, but I just don't think that was the right move. Ooh, tomorrow, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. A work vest? I really okay now. All right, that's an idea there. I might just do that. Matter of fact, hold on. CFL work vest. CFL work best. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I'm kind of rocking with that. I feel like a couple of y'all might cop that if I make that. I like that. It's hard to say with Baldwin because Corbin, who was wide receiver 1 at JSU, didn't get drafted either. Right. And he got to play in front of his family and win a Big Ten championship. Yeah, so that's why I said I don't want to guarantee that Dylan Baldwin gets drafted, but I felt like he would have had a better shot had he stayed at Jackson State. But hindsight is 2020. I just really like when he chose once he got the visit to Ohio State, once Dylan Baldwin got that visit from Ohio State, and I started off where I said to myself, this ain't gonna end well. This is not gonna end well because these big schools have the depth. Like, you feel me? Like, I just didn't think he was gonna come and get a bunch of playing time off the bat. listen, I'm not finna argue with you, babe. All right, like she in here lying. Like it's not no 20K. It ain't even close. Like don't let her lie. She trolling right now. Don't let her get y'all in. I do not live in no town with 20K people. Shaq Davis. Yeah, hey Shaq. Hey, shout out to Shaq. Hey Shaq, man, you did miss it, man. You did miss it, my boy. Shout out to Shaq Davis. Most of y'all are Jackson State fans in here, so y'all might not be too happy with my boy, but you know you respect him. You respect this game. Shaq, man, if you go back, he talked a little trash about you. Friendly, of course. He talked a little trash about you though. So you can go back and see what he said for sure. But hey, shout out to my boy Shaq Davis, man, for sure. He the next up. He next up for sure. He next up. Ram Transport LLC. I got someone who can make merch for you, professional, done work for BET and Google. Hit me up on Instagram, Ram Transport. Hit me up. South Carolina State. Hey, my boy Bridge don't stop. Hey, shout out. This is a channel right here who deserves a lot more of y'all love and a lot more of y'all attention. Shout out to Bridge on Stop, man. I've been on the show a couple of times already, and I enjoy it every single time. Shout out to my boy. So please, y'all, do me a favor, go check it out and go subscribe. Like him and I forget their names, so I hope they don't think I'm disrespecting them. But him, like in the cast that he has, they are all just great individuals, very smart individuals who give great takes on their opinions involving HBCU sports or just sports in general. So please go check out Bridge One Stop and subscribe to them, man. All right, I'm about to boot you out here playing with me. I didn't want to disclose I ain't gonna disclose our location, babe. Plus, I mean, ain't nobody checking. We ain't the president. Ain't nobody checking for us. Chris Neal, you're not bad at spot. Hey, hey, Chris, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. It was not my intention when I started this channel anyway to make as much Jackson State videos as I do. It just happened like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. See, a lot of y'all new to this channel, so y'all don't even know. The very first school I was ever a fan of was not Jackson State. I didn't even know who Jackson State was. No offense. I was a fan of Grambling. I knew about few HBCU schools, and when I was a little kid, it was Grambling State everything. I wanted to be like Bruce Eugene. Bruce Eugene is my favorite, one of my favorite football players of all time, and that he just so happens to be my first interview that I ever got on this channel. Shout out to Bruce. It was Grambling, and it was always Grambling State. So I grew up disliking Southern. Chris Neal, I'm gonna let you know right now. I never did like y'all. Right? It's still taking me a while to get used to y'all. But y'all Southern people ain't so bad. Y'all ain't so bad either. But when I started this channel, I originally wanted to talk about everybody. Um, as it just didn't happen like that. It just didn't happen like that. I'm selling CFL. Blue does not know my address. All right, Blue does not know my address. Yeah, Bruce Eugene was that dude, man. Bruce Eugene was really that dude, which is why I really do say that HBCUs, if they could get back to how it was in the early 2000s when you saw them on TV, it would do a lot. It would do a lot in leveling the playing field because me as a kid, when I turned on BET and I saw that Grambling State had this docu-series called Season of the Tiger on BET, and I'm following Bruce Eugene on campus, Blue at running back, Coach Spears as the head coach. Shawnee and Eva Grooms in the band. Like that show will stick with me forever. That show made Grambling State stick with me from a little kid up until I was about to graduate high school and I was gonna apply to Grambling. Like that school stuck in my head just because of that 3-episode docuseries. If HBCUs could get back to that and start influencing our young black kids again, man, I think we could really level the playing field like how it used to be. Which is why Grambling will always have love in my heart, even though I've moved on from being a fan, for obvious reasons because I root for Jackson State now. Grambling will always have love in my heart, until they see JSU. Chris Neal, you gonna love us as well. Hey, listen, man, what y'all got going on, Chris? Chris, we might got to talk, my boy. We might got to talk. You might got to hit me up on Instagram or something. And I'll keep a secret. Everybody know that. I'll keep a secret if you don't want me to tell them. What Southern got going on? What Southern got going on? I need that address so I can swipe that fireplace. When I move out this place, I might just give away this fireplace, man. I might just give it away to somebody. I might could have figured out with CFL. Y'all will never know that. Y'all will never know where I am. Roger Media. Bruce Eugene was that guy, facts. Also known as the fat kid from Grambling, right? Man, listen. The arm talent Bruce had was second to none. Like, man, words can't describe how bad I wanted to be a Grambling State Tiger for the majority of my life. And I still think that stadium is the most beautiful in SWAC football and HBCU football. It's one of my favorite stadiums ever, and I do want to go to a game there too. I really do. All right. Oh, Chris, that's what you had to help my boy. Okay, y'all found yourself a QB. All right, now it's gonna make for a good game. This is why I was trying to debate: should I go to homecoming or should I go to JSU versus Southern? I want to see y'all if y'all got a QB because man, that would make y'all dangerous. Nah, CFLs. You know what the crazy thing is, Blue? I forgot all about that combine, and I said I was gonna be working out too, but I ain't started. I have not started. I've been to Popeyes today. I'm not playing. I forgot. Dang. Yeah, I do gotta work out. I do gotta get that workout in. I'm not hosting that though. It's gonna be in South Carolina State's field, right? And I'm going to drive my distance to get there. I'm gonna make sure I ain't being followed when we done. Y'all ain't trying to y'all ain't finna know where I'm at. Bruce is nice. He look like a fullback. Chill, chill out. Nah, after that ACL injury Bruce suffered, I mean, I think y'all saw the show. He put on a lot of weight during his time of rehab, and he put on a lot of weight. So, I mean, he never just quite shook it off. But yeah, man, still one of my favorite players to this day. Like I said, that is the very first interview I've ever done on this channel. And you can tell how old it is too, because I wasn't even on StreamYard. I was on whatever platform that was. So you didn't even see our faces at the same time. But yeah, y'all should definitely check that out. Make sure you catch Southern versus JSU game. Chris, just because you know something, I'm gonna be out there. But hey, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much love to y'all. I appreciate this. I appreciate this from you guys, the support that y'all have. And more content coming soon, of course. But hey, y'all watching the CFL podcast. I go by the name of Kobe, and I am out.